Welcome back to Action Fan, and welcome back to this episode of Collector's Diary, where I show you some of the bits I've been buying and sometimes some of the bits I've been up to. Right, without further ado, let's get into a few bits that I've been buying. Right, first off is this fantastic dude. Now, I believe he is the last edition of the Australian. He's pretty much complete. He needs new hands. He needs a mag in his sterling. So let's get him on the table. Prices will be up on the screen. I've got two of the first edition. There's a second edition, which is normally the same as the first edition, but just made out of a thinner material normally. Probably a bit of cost cutting. I think there was Soldiers of the Century and then Soldiers of the World. Not sure if it's all there, but we'll see that in an off-the-shelf episode. Right, moving on, I brought a tank commander's jacket. I brought this with the idea of maybe using this with one of my Battle of Britain pilots. Now, I know it's not a flight jacket and it's meant to be a tank jacket, but I thought he could carry this over his shoulder and it could look a bit like a flight jacket. Put that there. Right, moving on, I brought this fantastic Hard Hands Action Man, which appears to be an original. Although he's in fantastic shape, he's got a slight crack on his back calf. I can clamp that together and hopefully glue that. Oh, he's got another one on that calf as well. But he's fantastic. I brought him with the idea of maybe making him into my Indian chief. I'm not sure about that. Right, there's another Action Man. Right, next we brought a scarf. Now this was sold to me as a brown scarf for the Combat Marine. Now I don't know if it's discoloured. I don't know if that was the right colour. Everything I see says brown. This is more of a sandy colour, but I'm not sure. Right, moving on, we got Royal Marines Engineer, I believe, uniform. Once again, slightly different coloured trousers to the jacket. They looked a lot greener on the eBay advert, but they look all right. Problems with the poppers, but I can sort that out. Obviously, they're colour-wise slightly bleached. If we open the trousers, we can see the original colour probably. So it was more green. Right, so that's the start of another uniform. I'll put that up here. Also, to go with my Royal Marine, I brought the bigger badge and the smaller badge, and that was from Van Man. And obviously one's for the first edition to go with the cloth beret. And I think the bigger one goes with the third edition beret, which was the soft beret. But I'm not 100% sure on that. So that I can go on my Marine in the cupboard and make him look that bit better. Right, finally, I got some trousers. I think they were sold to me as the para trousers. They look a little bit too new. I bought them with the intention for the Marine combat. Maybe slightly too green. I'll have to see what they look like. Right, so there you go. Right, moving on, I've got a gift that was gifted to me by one of my fantastic subscribers. This is from Lloyd, and he has gifted me one of the gauntlets for the Dispatch Rider and also a suede gilet to go with the Dispatch Rider as well. Obviously, we need one more glove, but that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lloyd. I really appreciate that. Also from one of my great subscribers, Jason Hoden. Thank you so much for giving me this. Now, this is the rucksack for the mine detector, I believe, to hold the battery packed light thing on his back. Now, I put that on my Royal Engineer, I think, but I do believe it belongs to the mine detector because the Royal Engineer, I think, just had a later version which didn't have the electronics attached. I'm not so sure, but you guys know better than me, so please let me know in the comments. Right, thank you very much, Jason. Right, moving on, we've got an Action Man in pieces, which I brought from eBay. He's still got the elastic. He obviously needs restringing. A complete Action Man. These hands have seen better days. Right, a fantastic purchase that I got off eBay is this. And I can't believe I actually won it. I was really chuffed. Now, I think this is pretty rare. I'm not so sure. You guys let me know. This is the emergency firefighter backpack with large axe. Now, I believe this actually does squirt water, so in its day, this would have been fantastic. Now, a little bit of a dilemma for me. Like always, I don't think I can leave this in the pack. I'm not so sure about the packaging on this. It's not as appealing as some of the originals, but that might be because it's a firefighter and it's red rather than any sort of army influence on it. But there you go. What do you guys think about that packaging? It's even got a catalogue number here, number 34514. There you go. Sorry about the light. So I'm really pleased to have that. Like always, got the dilemma in or out the packet. In the package, it's all right. It'll just sit at the back. But on the Action Man, that will look pretty awesome. Not sure if I've got the first edition or second. Maybe a bit of a mix of both looking at him. So that'll probably go with him. But let's put that over there. Next, I got some ammo pouches for the German rifle, the KAR something or other. You guys will know. Right, if you follow me on Facebook, I put a post up saying I'd won an MP set, still in the box, 40th edition. Now, I don't know if it was G.I. Joe, I believe it was actually, now I think about it. Unfortunately, for some reason, it got cancelled. I don't know if I didn't reach the amount they wanted or what happened. I've asked the person and I've got nothing back as of yet. But anyway, to go with that, I bought myself a 40th edition, what I believe is the G.I. Joe military police helmet. Now, I believe this is the American style. I know our first one was an American military police look-alike, and then they moved on later to the English version of the MP, I believe, anyway. I'm not so sure. You guys let me know. But anyway, so I brought this to go with it. Also, now I know that it was cancelled, I then just went and bought the armband because I was going to make my own version. Next, I bought a UN armband. Now, obviously, this is a reproduction. I bought this off eBay. I believe my custom UN guy was missing an armband, so that's to update the cupboard. So we're doing really well this week. I've tried to take a bit more notice of what I need. Like I told you in the last episode, I've got myself a little diary and I'm scribbling down the bits I need. So we've got the badges for the Marine. We've got the trousers from the Marine. I'm not so sure now if they'll go. If not, maybe this pair. I've got the UN armband and I've got the scarf for the Marine. So we're sort of updating some bits. Right, next, this is going to be quite hard for me to show you as we've got quite a few bits on the table. But I bought a small job lot. I think you could just about make that out. Now within there's an Action Man. That's a gyrocopter, some boots, a skate officer jacket by the looks of things. We got another para jacket. Now, if it's not in very good condition, I'd be tempted to use the zip for my Marine combat. I've got some white trousers there. I'm not 100% sure. Are they French Foreign Legion? Really not sure. Right, so just generally some bits and pieces in there. Just make that out for you. Oh, this is good. The shovel. I'm not sure what that came with. You guys will know. I think that is a 90s Action Man beret. A couple of pairs of boots. We got a British infantry helmet. Parts of ammo box in there. We got a pair of football boots. Maybe 40th. I'm not sure. Quite intrigued with this, although it looks like it's broken. And we've got a machine gun. What else we got here? A ski patrol rifle, maybe. Right, anyway, so there we go. We've got some bits and bobs there. Hopefully you can see what we've got. I haven't really got the space to get it all out on the table today. But there you go. Right, randomly, we've got a Lee Enfield here with a broken tip. Don't know why I brought that, but I did. But anyway, it's another thing to add to our collection. Right, that just about wraps it up for this week. This is some of the purchases we've brought in the last week and some fantastic bits that we've been given. So before we go, I just want to say a big thank you to Jason and Lloyd for the fantastic bits that they've given me to help complete my uniforms. have obviously watched my videos and thought about what I need and sent it to me, and I'm really, really chuffed. And I want you all to know I really appreciate these bits and pieces that you send me, because they go to making my Action Man that little bit better. And I know they were given to me by you guys, so thank you very much. Right, so there it is. I'm going to leave you with a last look at this week's haul, and we can decide at a later date if we're going to unbox this, which I think we are, with a little bit of regret, and we can go on to do an off-the-shelf episode where we look at this last edition Australian Jungle Fighter, and we'll see what we do with our original Action Man. I think he just might become my Indian chief, and this guy needs a bit of TLC. Right, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you watch it on a regular basis. It really helps. And please, if you like this video, please like it. And if you don't like it anyway. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.